Pinch and a punch, first of the month, no returns, White Rabbit. Hi, I'm Paul, and this is the morning sports briefing here on New Zealand Sports Radio on the Monday, the 1st of March. Must admit, never understood the White Rabbit bit, but there you go. In the news this morning, cricket, with the third one-day international between New Zealand and England as women. We'll have a chat about the A-League, where the Wellington Phoenix have had a good result over yesterday. There's also the New Zealand Premiership in football to bring you up to date with. In basketball, we've got the NBA and NBL action. Over in golf, we have tournaments in the PGA, the European Tour, and the LPGA, as well as action from the supercars as well. Let's kick off with that supercar action, and the Repco Mount Peronata 500. Shane Van Gisbergen, as we said yesterday, won the opening race, and he did the back-to-back, winning the second race as well. So great start to the season for Shane Van Gisbergen, taking over. Obviously, Scott McLaughlin no longer part of this as he's moved over to the USA. Shane Van Gisbergen sits top on 300 points. Chaz Mostert is a second, 33 points back, both in Holden Commodores. The leading Ford Mustang is Will Davidson in fourth place, 75 points back in the championship already. The next race in the calendar for the supercars is the Penrite Oil Sundown Super Sprint on the 20th and 21st of March. Obviously, we will be keeping you up to speed with how the supercars go, and particularly watching Shane Van Gisbergen here on New Zealand Sports Radio. Just follow us on the morning sports briefing at 7 a.m. every single morning. Moving on then to the golf, and in the PGA, it was the Puerto Rico Open, and the fourth round is live currently. Tim Wilkinson is on 4 under par in the fourth round, and currently sat in tied 17th at 9 under par, some 7 shots off the lead of Wu on 16 under par. But good tournament for Tim Wilkinson so far. Over in Europe, no Kiwi representatives, and Morikawa at the WGC Mexico Championship leads at 15 under par. Over in the LPGA, and Lydia Ko, after a fantastic opening couple of rounds, unfortunately slipped back slightly in the fourth round. She is 1 over par in tied fifth at 9 under par for the tournament. The leader is called Korda on 16 under par, 3 shots clear of the closest rival. She's looking good for the title at the moment. All those ones are still live, so we'll bring you the final results tomorrow here on the morning sports briefing. Sorry, that's the Gainbridge LPGA for the LPGA there. Sticking over in the States, and let's look at the NBA action. And yesterday, in key results, the Cavaliers beat the 76ers 112-109, and the Jazz beat the Magic 124-109. And that leaves the Eastern Conference with the 76ers still top, ahead of the Nets, but it's very close there. The 76ers on 22 wins and 12 losses, the Nets on 22 wins and 13 losses. So just one game's difference between the two of them there, and the Bucks sat in third currently. Over on the Western Conference side, and the Spurs took on the Steven Adams Pelicans in that one. The Pelicans kept it tight in the first quarter, but slipped behind in the second and third quarter. A comeback in the fourth was not enough, as they lost at 117-114. The Spurs were led with a double-double from DeMar DeRozan with 11 assists and 32 points. They also had LaMarcus Aldridge off the bench for 21 points. For the Pelicans, Steven Adams got 7 points and 6 rebounds. Zion Williams with 14 rebounds and 23 points, got a double-double with Brandon Ingram on 29 points, but it wasn't enough for the Pelicans. So that means now then over on that Western Conference side, the Jazz with that win still top there, ahead of the Clippers and Lakers, and the Pelicans down in 11th place in what is turning out to be a tough season for them. Over in the NBL, and 2 games yesterday, the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix beat the Hawks 93-76, and the Bullets beat the Taipans 115-95. The Breakers are back in action on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Those 2 results now mean Melbourne United are still top of the table ahead of the Wildcats and the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix in 3rd. The Breakers have climbed up off the bottom of the table into 8th ahead of the Taipans, who are now in 9th. Keeping it in Australia, over in the A-League, in the football, we had 2 games yesterday. First up, Macarthur FC beat Sydney FC to climb up to 2nd in the table, 1 point behind Central Coast Mariners. And the Wellington Phoenix took on the Newcastle Jets. The Wellington Phoenix looking for their 2nd win of the season, and 2 goals were enough to see that happen. David Ball back from suspension, and Ben Wayne with the goals there for the Wellington Phoenix. That means they now sit in 11th place on 8 points there with their 2 wins, 2 draws and 5 losses. So 1 place off bottom there. So congratulations to Wellington Phoenix turning things around there with that 2-0 victory. Sticking with the football and coming back across the ditch to New Zealand, and the game between Hawke's Bay and Eastern Suburbs FC was postponed due to the raising COVID levels in Auckland. We'll let you know when that game gets replayed. Moving on then to the cricket, and it was the 3rd one-day international down in Dunedin between England and New Zealand. England went into bat first, and Tammy Beaumont batted through the innings, scoring 88, with Heather White also scoring 60, helping them get to a 2 for 115. But after that, really a collapse from all the other batsmen. No one else got above 15. Saw them get all bowled out for 220, with still a couple of overs left to play. Amelia Kerr led the bowling with 4 wickets. There were another couple for Jess Kerr and Sophie Devine as well. New Zealand then chasing that one, and were in trouble at 2 for 15 when Amy Strathwaite and Sophie Devine came together. A mini rebuilding effort there, as then Sophie Devine was out, leaving it at 351. But that was as good as it got for England, as Amy Strathwaite scored 119 off 128 balls, and Amelia Kerr, after leading the bowling, scored 72 off 88 to see New Zealand home with 20 balls to spare, or just over 3 overs, scoring 223 for 3. So wonderful innings there by Strathwaite and Kerr, and good all-round action by Kerr, let's be honest. But to see New Zealand win the 3rd and final one-day international there, they lost 2-1 to England. It moves on to the T20s next between the 2 sides, and obviously we'll keep you up to speed with all of that. Don't forget to join us at 8 p.m. this evening for Swinging from the Hip, your weekly cricket fix. And obviously I'll be back here tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. with the morning sports briefing. Have a wonderful start to your week, everybody. Don't forget you can support New Zealand Sports Radio. It's patreon.com/NZ Sport Radio, and get access to exclusive articles and videos and podcasts as well on there. You can support us for as little as $1 a month, so we can help keep bringing you this independent sports news and opinion.